particular background, would like to know from you that when you go around to execute, what is the framework that you use to typically execute well?
Okay, so now execution is something that you have ideas. So what happens is you plan down ideas, you put down things, and then you just leave them behind, and you're like, okay, I will do it when the time comes. I will do it when the time comes. So execution is that bit. You know how to you get to that thing. Whatever your goal could be, your goal could be a smaller one. Your goal could be a bigger one. It could vary. Okay, so there is a framework that we follow for this. The first thing, and this is a framework that you can implement even with your teams. So when you are leading a team or when you are running an organization, so what happens is, you normally have staff telling you that, Arey, I was supposed to do it, ma'am. I will just finish it, or So how do you bring everybody aligned together? So the first thing is, let me ask you a question. You are sitting at the airport. You are the air traffic controller. There's a plane that's flying up. There's a plane that's landing. There's a plane that wants to take off. What is your priority? All of them are important, correct? But what is the most important?
They are not in air traffic control. So by the way, I was in air traffic
Yeah.
control. So the landing plane would have their priority.
Exactly. So what happens is in our life as well, we come into situations wherein certainly you want to do something, but somebody fell sick. There was a certain matters you give urgency to, but what is the most important thing is the plane that's landing. So that is your widely important goal. So every time you want to do something, pen down that goal. Okay, pen down what is your widely important goal. That could be anything for the smallest project. Okay, but start putting down goals, because when you don't put down a goal, the probability of it happening a reality is very poor. Okay, it is by research that if you write down your goals, it is nine times that it will get fulfilled. So because you're writing down, penning down the thing. So that's the first thing. Now how do you measure, how do you pen down a goal? Is you put down that you're going from X to Y by Z. Okay, so if you want to go, like presumably, in my business, I say that, okay, from 30 lakhs of revenue, I want to go to 60 lakhs of revenue, okay, by December 2023. So that is my goal. So that's how your goals have to be penned down. You have to give it a tangible framework, okay, that by this is where you want to receive it. So that is the first point when it comes to implementation or writing down your goal. Okay, the second thing is generating, you put up lead measurements. Okay, so what happens is, generally, when you're on a weight loss journey, okay, let me take it a very simple layman example. You stand on the weighing scale, okay, every day, and nothing happens. Okay, and you're doing this hardcore diet, you're following this exercise, you're doing things, but nothing is happening. Okay, so what do you do in over a period of time is you say that I'm giving up, I'm not doing it. Nothing is happening. So that is what we call lag results. Okay, now what is lead measurements? Lead measurements is something wherein you measure what are the things, how many calories are you eating in the day, how many steps did you walk today, and you have to increase your lead metrics and not your final result. The result will come. Okay, so that is to focus on your lead metrics. So for instance, when you're running a business, I say I want to go from 30 lakhs to 60 lakhs, but what is the effort that I'm putting behind that? Okay, what is my lead metrics, that number of orders? If I am getting 2,000 orders this month, so I have to double up my orders to reach. So when I don't know my lead metrics, I'm not reaching to the goal.
So you mean to say, Monisha, that instead of focusing on why is not my orders reaching whatever
Correct.
50 or 60 now,
What is
Instead
the
of
effort that you're doing to reach
the
there?
inputs, you
Correct.
focus on the inputs rather than
Yes.
the outputs, which are
Yes.
the lag indicators.
Yes, lead indicators. So
Oh,
lead measurements, you
yeah,
call them.
yeah.
Okay, so any goal, it could be very simple goals. It could be just, it could be as simple as, you want to top the batch. Okay,
Yeah.
it's just like putting these things into picture that makes a lot of difference. Now, let me come to the third most important thing is scoreboard. Okay, imagine a ground of footballers playing football. Okay, but there is no scoreboard. Okay, what will happen at after some time? You don't know who's winning. Okay, you don't know anything that's happening. So what? Eventually, you're going to lose interest. So in the same way, when you know your score, you play differently. So in like in my office, there's a scoreboard. So there's these number of orders that are needs to be clocked in. Okay, so every day the staff will keep changing the number on the scoreboard. So that makes a difference to me because that gives me the kick every morning I get into the office. So keeping a scoreboard in a case of a student, there is important. Okay, you were supposed to complete certain portion or certain things. So what are where have you reached with that? That makes a lot of difference. That is your scoreboard. And there is one last thing that we generally we say is your action plans have to be outlined. So what you're going to do, you need to have an accountability partner. Okay, execution happens only when you have an accountability partner.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You said mentor. That's a form of an accountability partner. So my mentors call me every Friday and they take my case. Okay, so they will. So what happens in an accountability, in your case it could be a friend, it could be a teacher, it could be a colleague, it could be anyone, but you need an accountability partner. And it has to be a weekly accountability format. Okay, so
Weekly, why can't it be monthly?
I will tell you why. So this week, suppose, let's presume you're my accountability partner.
Uh-huh.
I sit down in the room of my team members and I tell you, I was supposed to do this. I did this, and this is what I will do next week.
Right, right.
So my whole month goes in a planned approach. I am executing, and because I am doing a verbal commitment, I'm talking in front of 10 people and telling that I had to do this, I didn't do.
Right.
Or I missed the goal. Then I am giving pressure to myself that I need to reach to that point. So that is where the weekly thing works.
Right.
Because if you do it monthly,
Right.
then it's like train chali gayi.
Yeah, because things are moving very quickly, and with a weekly kind of a checkup, it will help you reach keep realigning your course. So that you're aligned with the final objective. Absolutely wonderful.
So that's the framework that you follow for any sort of execution for the smallest things, and keep this like a principle in your life. That because I'll tell you something, ideas bahut hai, and the same idea that you get, 9 other people are getting. Okay, but what gets you to that stage of what makes you successful is your speed of execution. Is how quickly you can execute what you say you want to, what is your idea. So it's all upon that.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think these four steps actually will definitely lead you to your goal if you have heard her very, intently. So great, Monisha. So now I think we have less time left. So what I'll do is I'll ask you some quick, questions, and if you can also answer it in a short manner. So personally, Monisha, we would love to know what has been your biggest challenge in execution, and how did you overcome it?
This, to cut it short, is I ran a brand. Okay, the brand name was Seduction Las Vegas. We were into color cosmetics. There was a stage where we came into, and COVID struck.
Yes, yes.
And I had around 25 to 30 lakhs credit in the market at that moment, which we used to supply to salons. salons had already died in COVID, if you don't know.
Yes, yes,
So,
absolutely.
so it was a journey where I could either sit down and sit and cry that I lost everything in life. I'm almost at bankruptcy, you know, everything. Or I could stand up and say, and that's where the second brand, that's the brand that I'm running currently, came. And there my speed of execution was the one that actually led me to overtake the entire turnover that I used to do in the period of 5 years, 6 years in just 2 years. So,
oh, wonderful.
So that's how execution has made difference for me. So first of all, not sticking to your failures. Fail fast, fail forward. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Right. Oh, thank you for that. So, by the way, your brand Monisha Sarage, I would love to know, by the way, and the audience also would love to know, what are the top 3 products you think are, the women really love? And please, share those top 3 products and why are they, loving it so much?
So we are a problem solving brand.
Mhm.
So we do not focus on making or for every person. We focus on a client who has hair fall. We focus on a client who has pigmentation.
Right.
So we are a problem oriented brand. So when you have a problem, that's when you walk into our brand.
Right, right.
Okay. So we help people solve those problems. The most top products is protein shampoo, one of our best sellers. And then there is a pigmentation cream that we have, which is called as Manjishta cream.
Mhm.
Recently, Deepika Padukone has also come up with a Manjishta mud.
Oh,
So it's
interesting.
yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
that's one. And there's Manjishta licorice facial polish. That's like our top sellers.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's very nice to know. And that makes me want to try out your products to get that glow. So the other question was around sorry for that the basically challenges that you have faced in execution was I think uh, uh, okay, maybe I think I've lost the track of words. Maybe so maybe I would like to invite the audience to go ahead with some of any of the questions you have from what you have heard from Manisha so far. Maybe can you switch on the mic? Yeah.
Yeah. So how in COVID, as you said, salons get closed. So how you got that way?
That will
Because
take another 2
skincare.
hours.
No, the reason because there are many skincare brands and like
Correct.
hair brands. So what major challenge you face at that time which you had overcome in that thing?
We became 4 people.
Okay.
We didn't run behind profitability, and that's what got us profit. We till date work only for our clients. So we only work in solving their issues.
Okay.
Profitability comes.
Thank you.
That's an interesting perspective. So, because I think earlier was a focus on businesses,
Was a focus on
businesses, and then after the switch happened, they started focusing on B2C, basically business to customer, and because they are also focusing on the solution for the customer, I think that approach is also helping. So
There's one more thing that you always need to do in the sphere of achieving any of your goals. The biggest resilience or the biggest obstacle is people, mother, father, husband, and everything. Always keep doing a life audit. Okay, every 2 months, 3 months, write down the names of the people you spend time with. Put down a plus for those people who give you positive energy, put you into the right sphere.
Mhm.
Okay, and put negative in front of the people who drain you or who make you feel, you know, as if you're nothing. And always keep auditing that, keep knowing so that you are aware, and automatically you balance your timing with those people that you need to spend.
That is so interesting. Yeah, this is. I think we need to do a audit of who can help us grow and who is really not helping. And on that note about life and work, I would like to know what are some of your tips for the women and the girls present here on how do you balance work and life?
Okay, I am a mother to a 3-year-old. I stay with my in-laws. Uh, Family is your support, and to have their support, you have to always um, always give. The moment you start giving, they will give you fantabulous support. So for me, it was the family support that's
Absolutely.
been very strong.
Right.
And I've got married into a different caste altogether. So there were a lot of challenges.
Yep.
So but at the end of it is, I believe, what you give. And life audit,
Right.
keep doing life audit, and at whatever stage of life you are. If you're in college, if you're in school, if you're in I keep telling that to my 3-year-old daughter also. When somebody tells her that, I'm not going to talk to you, I said, just go, just tell her to go. It's okay.
Right.
So I think letting go is one of another things that you need to, if somebody doesn't fit into it, something doesn't fit into it, you have to learn to let it go.
Right, right. No, no, these are precious words and very important too, because an entrepreneur's life is also full of ups and downs. In fact, I think anybody who is going out in this world, their life is full of ups and downs. So, really, helps to have this perspective of, of giving a lot and then, without expecting anything, because it'll lead to a lot of issues if you start expecting, that, don't make it transaction oriented. I've given this, I want this exactly back. And so it helps to have that perspective. The other question was, like, who are the people that you admire in India or abroad who you think are very good executors?
I remember, I don't remember if you remember in SOC, Harsh Mariwala.
Yes, of course I remember. I think everybody knows Harsh sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. He's amazing.
Harsh Mariwala, the founder of Marico Industries, that guy had something in him that got me, like, that, what happens is, there were SOC was a program that was life turning, because it taught me that you don't have to be worried about failure. Keep failing. Just
Right.
just make sure that when you get an opportunity, you strike hard, and you strike as hard as possible.
True, true. I think SOC program was the foundation
Correct.
on which I think, I have learned quite a lot, and there's been a growth of me as an entrepreneur. So there's so much to thank Harsh Mariwala sir, Gopalakrishnan sir, and other people, Mashelkar sir, who came down from Pune.
And I think these all people, meeting them one to one is different. Is like,
yeah,
it's absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Even Rekha Menon ma'am, like whole Accenture team. So yes. So by the way, so from this you can know that it takes by the way, not only the family, the friends, the mentors, but it takes a village to basically make a entrepreneur successful. So yeah. Yes.
Hi. So, I just want to know, like, in this journey, like, even for me, I have a certain idea, and I'm very sure that I really want to execute it. That, but a couple of mentors, I mean, people I've spoken to are not that convinced about it. Maybe also they come from a different space. Like when I deal with students, I know what, like, I'm like down there with them and this. So
You believe in it?
I counsel students for high school students. And
You
all.
believe in it?
Yes, yes.
Then do it.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. In spite if you get negative reviews, I mean, then the other side, if it comes like, all the signs were there that people are nodding, but should you still go ahead with it? Was the
So
question.
I left a job. I was very highly paid in London. I worked only for 3 months in my life. So that's the only job I did. When I was quitting, everybody in the world told me I am stupid. Today, everybody comes and talks to me. So that's the difference. You believe in your idea now.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it you need. If it's from your gut, it's it.
Well, so great insights over there, and I think you've been very bold about following through. And this is one thing actually, which a quality that I've seen in entrepreneurs and leaders, to follow their instinct and go where nobody has gone before. That is one of the good traits. I think as an entrepreneur, if any of you girls want to be entrepreneurs, I think this is one of the traits, because entrepreneurs sense an opportunity when people are not looking at that particular area, and then they pick up that opportunity and make it a success.
That's a small thing to share here. So my boss in London drove a Ferrari. That day when I saw his Ferrari, I knew I'm not working. Okay. It's as simple as that, because an employee cannot reach to the Ferrari. So it's just a simple thing. So if you have big dreams, then go jump, find your passion, but always follow your passion. Beauty was my passion. The reason why I chose that industry. Always follow your passion. Don't go, okay, everybody's going into IT. Everybody's going and working with a bank. So I need to do that. Don't follow the herd.
Yeah, those are golden birds, by the way, to follow your passion. And so these are some of the things which she is sharing will help you decide about whether you want to take up entrepreneurship, pick up a job, what exactly in entrepreneurship would you want to take up. And so basically, she's also helping you understand how to, pick your idea and go after it. So those are, some of the clues that.
And I was very highly impressed with your ma'am here, because she spoke about entrepreneurship and she spoke about how she's pushing students to go towards that. Teachers don't do that. So trust me.
Yeah.
So that's a very unique, like a very, very good thing that you have here in your college.
Professor Dr. Desam sir.
Great. Absolutely. And yeah, I will agree with it 100%. I've been interacting with the faculty and all of them are all gung ho about entrepreneurship at Wellingkars, and, which makes it a wonderful place. And they have a mindset of an entrepreneur, I would say. They don't have a typical mindset of academia. I think in India, a lot of things are changing, by the way. Wellingkars, and even in Bangalore, Wellingkars Bangalore, I have interacted with, and many other colleges. I think there's a sort of change in mindset, and those colleges which will not follow this, I think they will be wiped out of existence, actually. So they are either they adopt it or they perish. I think they also have no choice today. So yeah, innovation is the need of the hour. So great. Monisha, and the other questions. So now the questions are coming back. So earlier, like, there was a total blank. I was like, no. The question was around, there are internal, at times, basically, I would say some internal things which hold the entrepreneur back. And then there are many things in your atmosphere which are happening which hold you back. So, which in your case, if you can give a personal example, that'll be great. But if you can't think of any personal example, you can even give something which you've observed. So, what are the things personally as a woman entrepreneur that you have observed held you back? And what are the external things you have observed? And again, very quick tips on how do you handle such things internally when you face that, those hurdles which will not help you execute. And externally, when you face those hurdles, if you can just name those hurdles also, because some of them are, not very experienced. They might not able to get what you're trying to say. So examples would help.
So hurdles will always keep coming. I think that's like a never-ending thing. So some of them comes family. For a woman's career, you have a lot of breaks. Okay, they call it like it's a
You're having when you're getting married.
when you're getting married, when you're finding a groom, your mother-in-law is sick, your mother is sick, because you are not one house. You don't belong to one house. You belong to two houses. And in our culture, it's deep imbibed that you are responsible for everything.
Yes, yes.
So and then there is this mother's guilt, which is huge.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it literally kills you.
Yeah, you haven't been to the PTM.
Yeah.
You have
You
not.
haven't gone to the PTM, and all parents are asking your child, where is the mother?
Right. Yeah.
There are a lot of things. So the way to cure it, just keep people in your net. My 3-year-old daughter knows mom goes to office. She comes back and somebody tells her that, oh, your grandmother comes and drops you. She goes and says, my mom has a beauty brand. And then she'll do some drama. 3-year-olds, what will you expect? So that's the difference, right? So if you keep your the thing that we do is we don't share our feelings with our better half or our parents or anybody. We tell them that they are correct, we are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So share whatever you feel, communicate.
So that will help you in better execution.
Better execution anytime, because they will understand what you're going through. And there are a lot of external factors, because in a woman's life, it is a roller coaster.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. There are many things she's handling. And what about the internal things? Do you think there are internal things which hold a woman entrepreneur down, and especially while executing?
I just said, I told her also, if you believe it, you will do it. It's all about the gut instinct. When it's an entrepreneur, if you meet any entrepreneur today, they will talk about one thing that they call, if it is from the gut, now just do it.
Right. So self-limiting should go out.
I think
believe in yourself.
Yeah, and meeting the right kind of people helps. Your tribe helps you grow.
Right.
So if you meet people who are just going to, not of the same alignment, So when I got, it's a small example. So when you get married, suddenly when you go to these couple places and you find, somebody who's a housewife, somebody who's in a job, and somebody who's an entrepreneur. So you will judge your energies where they fall, right? Because everybody has their own struggles.
Yeah.
So, you fit in, you have to decide your tribe. That helps a lot.
Right. So figure out where you actually gel.
Because when you feel that you're low, so there are moments when I feel I am low, and there will be somebody who will give me a call and like, oh, what's up? You didn't speak properly today.
Right. Right.
And there's something. Is there something up? You want to share it? And the moment you share it, you think that you made just like in a small morsel, you just made it, blowed it up out of proportion, and made it a mountain.
Right. Right.
So I think, having the tribe, having the right support is really important.
Right. No, so these are very good insights. I think, I have learned quite a lot of things on, especially on how to execute really well. And this is one area even I struggle with quite a lot. So, thank you for that. And if there are no questions, I think, we'll call it a session today. And thank you so much,
Thank
Monisha.
you. Thank you so much, Kanchan, for the opportunity.
Thank